Alright, so today I purchased a 2008 Yamaha 90 horsepower 2-stroke outboard motor. It needs a few things done to it. It's been sitting and I try to start it. It does start, but it's not running properly, so I need to take the carburetors off. And I noticed that the engine isn't pumping any water, so I'm going to remove the lower unit and hopefully it needs an impeller. So I'm coming down, removing the bolts on the lower unit, and I noticed that the paint isn't really, it's not chipped off. Usually, you know, when you get a wrench and you wrench on these bolts, it chips the paint off, and you know, you could see that the lower unit was removed. But I could tell that this lower unit has never been removed from this engine, which it's gonna have the original impeller, and we'll see how it looks like after since 2008, since it's been in there. Alright, so I just split the lower unit. I got one bolt holding everything. Just gotta remove this whole bolt, and the whole lower unit is gonna drop all the way down. Alright, so the lower unit is off. I haven't removed the housing. I took all the bolts off the housing, and let's see how the impeller looks. Yep, break it loose. Stuck on here. There we go. That's bad. Broken fin. Broken fin. So, okay, here we have some fins right there. There's another fin. Let me see if I could remove this. Another fin right here. If this happens, a good thing is try to locate all these fins, because if not, you might have some fins in your pickup tube. This tube right here, this is where it sucks the water into the engine. You want to make sure you don't see any fins in here, because I did see that once and it blocked someone's head, and they're wondering why, you know, why wasn't no water flowing even though they put a new water pump in. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the store, buy a new one, and clean this puppy up, put it together, and I'm gonna fire it up. So here is the old impeller versus the new impeller. Huge difference. Just look at that. Huge difference. Alright, so impeller is in the housing. Grease the spines, make sure you guys do that so the drive shaft does not seize in your power head. Now I'm going to reinstall the lower unit onto the engine. So currently it is raining, and I am in the garage. I'm waiting until the rain passes so I could finish tying up the bolts on the lower unit. But as you can see, got that lower unit on already. Shifts good. Like I said, I'm just waiting until the rain stops so I could tighten up all the bolts. Alright, so I got the motor running. It's pumping water and it's raining. I just want to make sure that it ran great. So as you can tell, the motor is running a little bit rough, and that's because I had to clean the carburetor still on the engine. But today I did the lower unit, put an impeller in it because it wasn't pumping water, and now it pumps water. So now I gotta take the carburetors off and clean them. That's the next step. Alright, so I have the airbox off, and I can already tell that the metal carburetor is dirty. Yeah, that's just some oil from the injection system, but yeah, I'm going to remove the carburetors right now. Alright, so the carbs are off the engine. I have them on the ground right here on my rag, and I'm going to open up each and every carburetor and I'm going to clean them. So here is the first carburetor. I disassembled the bottom carburetor first. First thing you can notice is all that garbage in the bowl. See all this? It's a lot of it. Look at that. That will definitely clog up your jet. This was just clogged up. If this gets clogged up, your motor isn't going to run right. You can see it, the little passage. It's a little tiny hole. And also, we have one right here. That one's good. It's usually this one that gets clogged. We have debris in here also. That should not be in there. It's going to cause problems. And also, what I noticed on the float is that the needle isn't working. It's stuck. You get some, put in some light. Good here. Well, anyway, there is a needle. I'm gonna disassemble it right here. Let's see if we get a better shot. Well, lighting is terrible. But anyway, it's not working, and if the needle is not working, we're not getting proper fuel in the carburetor. That's why it's running rough. So I'm gonna take this apart, and I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so you take this Phillips screw out. This is gonna slide out, as you can see. It's in there really good. Should come right out. That needle is located in here in this barrel. It's stuck. So we want to be careful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some carburetor cleaner, let it sit. Try to loosen all that stuff in there. And hopefully it's going to break through. We're going to let that sit for a little bit. So I finally got the needle to come out. This should be going up and down very smoothly when the float moves. And it was not. So I'm going to clean inside of it, and I'm going to clean the outside of this needle. Alright, so I got pretty much all the parts in except the bowl, and the needle works now. So yeah, this carburetor is going to be pretty much ready to go after I clean the bowl and put it back on. So here's the second carburetor. It's not as bad as the last one I did, the bottom one, but you can see the stuff in here. The jets are all good, the needle's good. This one just needs a bit cleaning. Alright, so here's the last bowl. It's not bad, but there is stuff in here. It's funny because the guy said he just cleaned the carburetors, which he's, you know, he's bull crapping. And I mean, someone did clean the carburetors before. I mean, look at that. They're stripping the screws on here. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, there's stuff in here. Gonna clean it up. The jets, the jets are all good. Everything's good. My main problem was my bottom carburetor because the needle was stuck. So I'm gonna get this carburetor cleaned and put it back together. Alright, so I just finished cleaning all three carburetors, and now I am going to install it back on the motor. Alright, so I got the carburetors back on the engine, and I'm gonna hook up everything, the fuel tank, controls, gas, and I'm gonna fire her up and we're gonna see how she sounds like. Alright, so I removed the fuel filter from the Yamaha, and as you can see, look at all that dirt and stuff. Gonna clean all that out. And gonna clean the screen. Alright, so here is the motor. I am going to fire it up. I did put new spark plugs. I removed the old ones. Here are the old ones. Put new ones in there. I have fresh fuel, and I put I cleaned the fuel filter also. So we're gonna fire her up. See how she sounds. Water's pumping good.